lot of excitement and enthusiasm around the women's soccer program here for NJIT, alongside first-year head coach Allie Nick. I'm Matt Harmon on NJITHighlanders.com. Coach, let's talk about how you're getting ready for what is your first ever head coaching experience. I know you had a great career at Salle. You put together a good program as an assistant coach, but what are you bringing now as the person who's in charge of all of it?
Coming from LaSalle and learning under Paul Royal, it was great as a player and a coach to see kind of that progress of building the program up. I think bringing that preparation here of that hard work, getting the girls in that mindset that no one's going to outcompete us, no one's going to work harder than us, and that's kind of what our backbone has been this preseason so far.
You know, you look at it and the preseason is long and short all in the same vein. You're kind of right in the middle of it, getting ready for your season opener against Wagner in about a week. How do you break up the monotony of doing things day in and day out? Because I'm sure it can be a drag on the players, especially with the heat now starting to become a factor as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We kind of try to change it up, keep things fresh. Today we're doing a pool workout because we had the scrimmage last night. So we try to change it in that sense. We were just up in Golden Goal, which is in upstate New York, for a great kind of 5-day camp up there. So it was great to get off campus, do some team bonding, team building. We'll involve beach workouts as well, trying to change it up, and we also touch upon kind of defensive shape and offensive, so it's not always that monotonous of the same thing that we're kind of grilling into the girls.
You know, for you as a first-year head coach, you mentioned a trip in the preseason to kick things off up in upstate New York. You can probably learn a lot about the team both on and off the field from doing something like that.
Absolutely, and we actually did a challenge course while we were up there, so it was great, a lot of elements, so the girls had to work together physically and communication-wise, so you saw the leadership skills come out. For them, it was great for them to even see how they have to come together to work as a team too. And being up there, you couldn't escape each other. So it was nice team bonding, absolutely. And even us as coaches, to get kind of inside their minds, to know them a little bit more was great.
You mentioned the scrimmage the other night against LIU Brooklyn. Not necessarily the result, but just seeing everybody out on the field and your first real opportunity to see everybody in action against somebody else.
Yeah, it was great. It was good to see against other competitions instead of just playing ourselves, which is always tremendous. And to see the girls back into that element, playing together. Things were a little hectic. We definitely saw things that we need to improve on and work on, but a lot of players stepped it up. A lot of the freshmen came in and impacted right away. A lot of the captains and the upperclassmen, it was good to see their leadership on the field too. So it was great progress of going into our home opener on the 19th, things that we can tweak and things that we can still build upon.
You know, the early part of the schedule for you, pretty important, not just to get some positive momentum, but when you look at it, before the travel starts with the Atlantic Sun, you play 4 in a row at home and 5 of the first 6. So an opportunity to maybe get a little bit of positive momentum and grab a couple of wins.
Yeah, absolutely. That we want to go into this with that mentality that we want to get those results. But the big picture is that we're preparing for our conference play. So these games are leading us up to kind of how we want to play together as a team, where we want to be when we get into that conference play, so we're clicking on all cylinders. So I think the home field advantage is going to be great for us, that we've been training at Kean since we're playing off-site right now. And we can get used to the field, get used to the conditions too, so when teams come in, we have that advantage.
Coach, we appreciate the time. We wish you the best of luck coming up against Wagner and for the whole season.
Thank you very much.
That's Allie Nick, first-year head coach with the women's soccer program. We'll take a quick break. Let's look at the women's soccer schedule. When we come back, we'll talk to some of the student athletes for the Highlander program. Continuing our women's soccer preview with senior Karen David, sophomore Ariana Gerber. Let's talk about how you guys deal with the heat, which is now hit during the course of the month of August. I know you're in the middle of preseason. Had a little pool workout this morning.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a nice switch up. We've been doing 2 days, and it's hot out. Granted, we're not on the turf. Still hot, so I think jumping in the pool and just having a twist on your workout and stuff, it's nice for the legs. It's refreshing.
Karen, for you, I know you guys started off your preseason with a little trip to upstate New York and a good bonding experience for the team getting ready for this year.
Absolutely. I think that going up to Golden Goal was great, not only for team bonding, but also just getting that overall chemistry, working together, kind of getting all the freshmen acclimated. It was a lot of fun. It was tough work, not going to lie to you, and it was brutal being upstate, but with the altitude and everything, but it was definitely a great experience, and I'm very thankful that we went.
You know, Ariana, for you guys now, second year in the Atlantic Sun, I would imagine this year will be a little bit easier. I know last year wins were maybe a little difficult to come by, but knowing the experience and the level of play now going into year two, I would think would make that transition now almost not totally complete, but a little easier.
Absolutely. I think it was hard coming in as a freshman because, you know, we had just come into the Atlantic Sun, so we couldn't really look to the upperclassmen to help us out with how teams played and things like that because we'd never seen any of them before. And I think it's definitely easier for our team as a whole to help out the freshmen and to come in already knowing how they play and the style that they're going to look to go for. So I think it's definitely easier.
Karen, for you as one of the senior leaders on this team, you're going through another transition. You made the transition last year to a new league, and you make a transition this year to a head coach with Allie Nick coming over and taking over the program.
Under Coach Allie, it'll be great, even with Mary and Chris returning as well. We're all very eager for the new season in the Atlantic Sun.
Ariana, for you, 4 goals from a season ago, the team's leading scorer coming back to this season. How about the style of play that you expect to kind of have with a new head coach implementing, I'm sure, different tactics and a different style?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely worked from defensive up, and I think, you know, you can't score goals unless you put in the defensive work first. And I think with Mary coming in as kind of like an offensive coach with us and helping out, I think we're definitely going to be looking to use our technical ability to play through the middle and then make those cutting runs across. And I think we're definitely going to be able to break up some defensive back lines.
Karen, how are you guys going to spend this year going back and forth to Kean, not just for practice but for games? What fun things are you guys going to do?
Well, we're a pretty fun team. I know that not everyone doesn't always have to like each other, but surprisingly, we all get along so well. Everyone's so excited. The freshmen have never really known playing at school anyway, so their transition is pretty seamless because we know that it's for the best.
We appreciate your time here today. Good luck with the rest of preseason. Looking forward to seeing you guys during the course of the year.
Thanks so much.
Women's soccer kicks it off on Friday, August 19th at Kean University against Wagner College. For more updated information, go to NJIT Highlanders.com.